Through his deal with Sharkey, Lotho has gained a significant amount of wealth and standing within the Shire. This newfound wealth had started to change him, and not for the better. He became cruel too and sneered at his fellow hobbits and lorded his fortune over them. It wasn't too long before the greedy hobbit has outlived his usefulness regarding Sharkey's plans. The ruffians were not fond of taking orders from Lotho, and his pompous and arrogant attitude was beginning to grate on the wizard. It was high time that he had him removed. One evening, when Lotho was with his like-minded hobbits, Sharkey sent a hand of ruffians to cause a nearby trouble. And in the confusion he instructed his servant Grima Wormtongue to make sure that he saw the troublesome Lotho for good. Welcome to the death of Lotho. Let's take a look at the armies. For the evil army, we've got 6 ruffians plus 3 ruffians with a whip and Worm. Worm does not have any might, will or fate points, but he had a special rule, Shadowed Figure. Worm gains the Stalk Unseen special rule and always counts as being concealed by a piece of terrain, even when he is in open ground. For the good army, we've got Lotho Sackville Baggins and 8 Hobbit Militia. Lotho Sackville Baggins had 1 wound, 1 might, 4 will and 1 fate points. There is a special rule for the hobbits: protect the boss. Hobbit militia must always charge a ruffian if able to do so. So let's take a look at the gaming board. The board represents a pathway leading towards Bag-End from the Green Dragon. Across the center of the board from north to south is a pathway with a few hobbit holes on either side. The good player deploys Lotho Sackville Baggins in the center of the board, then the rest of their force within 3 inches of Lotho. The evil player deploys the ruffians anywhere on the board at least 6 inches away from any good model. The good player wins if Lotho Sackville Baggins can escape the board through any board edge. The evil player wins if Worm can slay Lotho Sackville Baggins, and any other result is a draw. Worm doesn't deploy as normal. Instead, the evil player deploys 4 25mm markers on the board at the start of the game, 1 in the center of each board edge. These markers cannot be charged, targeted by shooting, and do not block movement or line of sight. They move 6 inches, do not have a control zone, and can move through other models and their control zones, and other models may move through them. These markers may only charge Lotho Sackville Baggins, and when a marker charges Lotho, roll a d6. On a 1 to 4 it was not Worm, remove the marker from play. On a 5+, it is Worm, replace the marker with Worm and remove the other from play. If the first 3 markers turn out not to be Worm, replace the final marker with Worm. Lotho has spotted him. Lotho may not use his considerable wealth special rule to prevent Worm or a marker from charging him. So, the good army may start this round, and in this case that will be Lotho and the hobbits. They can move up to 4 inches. So, they are going to try as fast as they can to the border so Lotho can escape. So that's the end of the movement phase for the good army. So now it's movement for the ruffians, and they can move up to 6 inch. So I'm going to move the markers also 6 inch. This ruffian is going to charge, and also the ruffian with the whip. He rolls a 1, so he must charge. And this marker is also going to charge. So let's see if the marker is warm. That's a 3, so that's not warm, and the marker is going away from the board. For the shooting phase, we've got 2 ruffians with whip. First, this ruffian is going to try to hit this hobbit. It's a 5, that's a 6, and another 5. That's not enough. And the other ruffian, a 2, that's not enough. So combat. We've got 2 fights to resolve. First we are going to do this fight. 1 ruffian against 1 hobbit. And the win goes to the ruffian who's got a higher fight value. And with the 6, the first hobbit is down. And the last fight, that's a win for the hobbit. But a 4 is not enough. And that's the end of round 1. So we roll for priority. And priority goes to the hobbits. This hobbit is going to charge the ruffian. This hobbit is going to charge the ruffian.
this hobbit is going forward, and also Lotho will be go forward. And those hobbits are going to charge the ruffians. And that's the end of the movement for the hobbits. So for the ruffians, and the markers are also going 6-inch up. And that's the end of the movement phase. There's no shooting, so we're going straight to the combats. First, we'll do this one, and that's a win for the hobbit. Can he kill the ruffian with the whip? No, that's not enough. Next fight over here, and that's again a win for the hobbit. And with the 6, the first ruffian is down. Over here we've got 2 ruffians against 1 hobbit. And the ruffian win on fight value. And with the 6, another hobbit is down. Now we go over here. That's 1 hobbit against 1 ruffian. And the ruffian win on fight value. But the 3 is not enough to take the hobbit down. Here we've got another fight with a win for the hobbit. But the 2 is not enough. And the last fight over here. And again a win for the hobbit. Can he finish it? No, definitely not. And that's the end of round 2. Priority roll. And priority goes to evil. So movement phase, and this hobbit is going to charge this hobbit. Here we've got a marker who is going to charge. We'll see, is it worm? It's a 1, so that's not worm, and the marker is taking off the board. Also this marker is going to charge, So we see again, needs a 5 or a 6, a 1 that's also not warm. So this marker will be changed into warm. That's not so good for the ruffians. This ruffian is going to charge over here. This ruffian is going to charge. It's a 5, that's a 6, another 5, another 6. So one hobbit down. This ruffian is going to charge. This ruffian with the whip. And this ruffian is going to charge. And yes, worm will get to Lotho. And this ruffian is going to charge over here. So movement for the hobbits, but they cannot move there. All of them are in combat. No shooting, so we're going straight to the combat phase. First we are going to resolve this fight. Lotho is going to use one of his will points, so all the hobbits within 3 inches of Lotho gets a +1 to their fight value. This was a win for the ruffian, but a 3 is not enough. We're going to do this fight now, and that's a win for the hobbit. A 2 is not enough. Over here we've got 2 ruffians against a hobbit, but that's a win for the hobbit with a 3. And a 5 is enough, and that's another ruffian down. We go to the fight over here, and that's again 2 ruffians against a hobbit, and that's a win for the ruffians. And that's another dead hobbit. We go over the fight here. 1 ruffian against 1 hobbit. And that's a win for the ruffian. And with the 6, another hobbit has left the gaming board. For the last fight we've got Lotho against a worm. And that's a win for Lotho. But the 2 is not enough to finish him. So, end of the round and priority roll. And priority goes again to the ruffians. So worm is going to charge Lotho. This ruffian is going to charge the hobbit. This ruffian is going to charge this ruffian. Six. He needs a 5 now. Yes, another hobbit gone. So, to the fights. We've got here 2 ruffians against a hobbit. And that's a win for the ruffians. That's not enough. Also here we've got 2 ruffians against a hobbit. And again a win for the ruffians. And there are no many hobbits left on the board. So last fight, Worm against Lotho. And that's a win for Lotho. He's got a 4, he needs a 5, so he's going to use his 1 might point to make it a 5. And Worm has no might will left. Might will fate points. He's got only 1 wound, so he's gone. And that's the end of the round. So priority. And priority goes again to the rules. So the only thing the ruffians now can do to make it a draw is to kill Lotho. So they are going to charge a 6 and a 1. And Lotho is trapped. Also the other hobbit is trapped. And we go straight to the fight phase. First we are going to resolve this fight. So we've got 3 ruffians against 1 hobbit. And that's a win for the ruffians. So the hobbit is down and only Lotho is still trying to get off the board. So we do that fight, and that's also 3 ruffians against Lotho, and that's a win for the ruffians. That's 2 wounds, so Lotho is also dead. And that's the end of the game with a draw as result. So it was a short but funny game. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on another adventure in Middle Earth.